Great news! It's 7:46 a.m. and about an hour ago, vSphere 7 arrived, the download bits, the GA code, and we got Niels here blogging about an hour ago, or tweeting about an hour ago, and we got William Lamb already up, and he's Pacific time, my goodness. So the code is out, the bits are available, we got the download links, and my ESXi patch tracker from Andres Peets worked flawlessly, letting me know when 7.0 came out. So let's get into testing it. So the article that we're talking about here that I'd like to update as soon as possible and test would be this one. This is the universal article where everyone can get their download bits no matter what they have, even if they have the free hypervisor. So this is just one of many ways to update. It's always preferred to use the VCSA appliance if you have it. But if you don't, this article's got you covered. And this command right here is what we're about to test for the very first time. So this article gets into the details. If you've been reading it or following it before, it's got detailed directions about cloning and making sure you have a backup copy. Now, you really want to follow this step. I can't emphasize that enough, especially for a major upgrade like this from 6.5 or 6.7 code base to 7.0. That's kind of a big deal. If it goes horribly wrong and you have a home lab and you have no support whatsoever, well, you just take out the old USB key and use it and get back to where you were if things go wrong, if you don't have a network, for instance, after the update. Okay? You'll also want to do your homework and read release notes, follow all the prerequisites like update VCSA first, and then finally perform your upgrade using the update manager, as I just mentioned, that's preferred. And then finally, if you get all the way to step 3 and you really want to do it through ESXCLI, this is how you do it. So we're going to putty in. And actually, I'm realizing here, got a little bit of workload on there. So I've got a folding at home exercise going on the host I'm about to upgrade. So this is the guy I'm about to upgrade, and it's got a VM going, and that is right here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and suspend that guy. All right. Oh, out of space. All right, folding at home is going down. It's all right. We don't have to do a graceful shutdown. What we're going to do is take this host, which has a summary tab that looks like this, and we're about to move this up. CPU is busy with folding at home. All right, let's reduce some clutter here. So what you really want to see me doing is get the update done, but we're going to see a list of all ESXCLI profiles. This is a major release day, so you're going to watch me do this first. So I'm opening up PuTTY or whatever you use for SSH, and I'm going to bring up that command line here and show you. Just a moment here. All right. Make this larger. Bring this over to the side. Should bring it over to this side. Okay, so now we have plenty of on-screen real estate. Wow, that didn't work too well. Plenty of on-screen real estate to get this done. And make this wider and paste in this command. So what it's doing is querying the server there, the patch server at VMware, to see, hey, what downloads are available today. Okay, firewall request. This hasn't actually been required for a little while, so let's see if we just go from 6.5 to 6.7. This is going to be kind of my rough around the edges first cut video, my develop the article video, the very first test of the GA code. So you're going to see all the steps I go through because this is literally my very first test of the GA code. I did not have access to this until today, April 2nd. All right, good. So we've got 7 here. So we're in good shape. Excellent. All right, what's next is the command. So remember, we've backed up ESXi. We've read the release notes from top to bottom to make sure we're good to go. And we have a fallback plan in case this goes horribly wrong. So this is now on my clipboard. Okay? And here, Pasted the command in, and now we wait. So it's actually hitting the web and trying to pull the bits down from the server now. Now I actually have a way to show that. My router, and let's get rid of this tweet. My router can actually show you in real time what it's doing. So right now it's downloading at 117 megabits per second. Now it's hitting about 200, so it's actually pulling down code. So this appears to be working, and working quite well. What I do here in my article is, once I get the output of how this ESXCLI command actually goes, I go ahead and paste it into this article at the very bottom. So I have an archive of sorts of all the VIBs that happen here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There you go. So we've got this upgrade log section, right? And you can actually scroll over and see everything each of these updates are doing. That helps me because when I went from a 6.7 to update 3, and a patch after it, at some point audio changed. This lets me look at, when did VMware change that? So I didn't really see that in the release notes. So if we look at this article, it's saying, yes, it's expected to work very well in a home lab on Xeon D, Supermicro servers, and many other Xeon D systems. I actually have 3 different brands in my home lab I'll be testing on Xeon D today. So yeah, why is it likely? Because, well, there's a whole lot of Xeon D ecosystem out there, and let's see if the VMware compatibility guide by some miracle has already been updated. That seems a little unlikely, but let's have a look. Okay, so that takes some time. Supermicro and other vendors, OEMs, says they need to submit to VMware and say that they've tested on ESXi 6.7 and moving up to 7.0 now. So that'll take some time also. All right, so this finished. That's a good sign. All right, now I do not want to issue the reboot command quite yet because I'm not done, and you see the download process finished there. I'm not done putting this in the clipboard. Okay, the reboot is going to happen now, and I've got everything I need on my clipboard and pasted it to another screen, so I'm good. And if we have a look here, we're probably going to see, okay, I just heard a noise. It's already come, we're going to have some issues here as it actually reboots. And there it goes. So I'm going to minimize that. This putty session was the warning we heard there, and that's normal. There we go. We're all set. Fully qualified name. I can get back in. This is awesome. Let's just connect the good old-fashioned way. ESXi host client. This is me pointing my browser straight to the ESXi host that we just booted to get myself an ESXi 7.0 screenshot. And there it is. Success. All right. Now licensing is a whole nother matter for another time. But at least I got my update going, and I got 60 days to deal with licensing. So that's a wrap for now. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching and for visiting TinkerTry. IT at home. Stay tuned for more updates to my many articles later today. Bye now.